Welcome to Storytime with Grandma Susan. Today's story is Two Good Friends. Story by Judy Delton. Pictures by Giulio Maestro. Can duck and bear remain good friends if one is very messy and the other is very neat? What do you think? Let's see. Duck had cleaned his house. All his floors were waxed. All his furniture was polished. He was admiring his clean rooms when he heard a knock at the door. Who could that be? Let's see. It was Bear. Come in, said Duck. But first wipe your feet on the mat. Bear wiped his feet on the mat and went inside. That's always a good idea to wipe our feet before we go in the house. Make yourself at home, said Duck. Thank you, I will, said Bear. And he sat down in a shiny rocking chair, and then he put his feet on Duck's table. Duck reached for a newspaper and put it under Bear's feet. What do you have to eat, said Bear. Nothing, said Duck. Nothing, asked Bear. Today I cleaned my house, explained Duck. I did not bake. Well, I have something, said Bear, and he reached into his pocket and he pulled out 2 brownies. Yummy. Do you like brownies? I do. Bear, said Duck, you are spilling crumbs on my floor. And he reached for another newspaper and put it under Bear's chair. Bear looked at the newspaper. Then he looked at the 2 brownies. Duck, he said, you are a very good housekeeper. But what good is a clean house if you have nothing to eat? Here, have a brownie. Bear and Duck each ate a brownie and spent the rest of the afternoon putting a puzzle together. Oh, how fun. That sounds like a good friend. The next day, Duck went to visit Bear. Duck, said Bear, how nice to see you. Come on in. Said Duck. What smells so good? I've been baking, said Bear, and he pointed to 2 honey cakes and 2 nut pies sitting on the table. Brush the flour off of a chair and sit down. Bear, said Duck, I can't sit down. My feet are stuck. Oh dear, said Bear, that's the honey. Would you like honey cake or nut cake, he asked. Nut pie, said Duck, who had finally managed to unstick his feet. I've had enough honey for one day. Okay, said Bear, and he cut 1 piece of nut pie for Duck and 1 for himself. May I have a plate, said Duck. Oh, the plates are dirty, said Bear. Well, then may I have a fork? Asked Duck. The forks are dirty too, said Bear. He looked ashamed. Bear, said Duck, how do you expect me to eat? I'm sorry, said Bear, but today I baked. I didn't clean the house or wash the dishes. Maybe you can use your wings. The pie will still taste good. Duck and Bear each had a piece of pie, and when Duck finished, he licked the tips of his wings. I must say, Bear, you are a terrible housekeeper, but your nut pie is the best I have ever tasted. Bear smiled. Have another piece, he said. Gladly, said Duck, and they each ate another piece. Yummy. The next day, Bear went to Duck's house with a surprise. Duck was not at home, but Bear went inside anyway. He put 6 raspberry muffins on the table and wrote a note. "From Bear," he said, and then he went home. When Bear walked into his house, he was surprised. "I must be in the wrong house," he thought. His feet did not stick to the floor. The dishes were washed and on the shelf. He did not see his name where he had written it in the floor on the table. Instead, he saw a note from Duck. They both had a surprise for each other. What good friends. "I must thank Duck," thought Bear. But just then there was a knock on the door. It was Duck. "Thank you for the muffins," said Duck. "I was so surprised, and it's not even my birthday." "And I have never seen my house so clean," said Bear. "I was surprised too." "We really are good friends," said Duck. "Yes," cried Bear. "Let's celebrate. Come in and have some cookies." "But first," added Bear, "wipe your feet on the mat." "Of course," said Duck, and he did. So that means friends can be so different. One can be messy and one can be clean, but we still can be kind and nice to each other and help each other. One was a great cook and one was a great housekeeper. What differences do you have with your friends that you can still be friends and kind and have fun together and play games like puzzles like they did? Hope you enjoyed this story today. Again, I hope that you are blessed and that you come back and hear another story with Grandma Susan. Blessings. Bye-bye.